Hey everybody. So I get a lot of questions about my coursework, from potential students wanting to know certain things. I had a bunch come up for my upcoming coursework, was it February 2nd, 3rd, 4th, something like that, in North Carolina, Yadkinville. And then a couple of them also came from a class the next week after that, Fredericksburg, Virginia. And instead of just answering those single individual ones or telling the host the answers, I thought, well, they usually tend to come up all the time, so I'll make a video kind of talking about the questions so people will have that resource all the time. So what's the typical questions? So one that comes up over and over again is, will I get hurt? Or I have some kind of physical issue. I have a bad knee, a bad back, bad neck. I'm worried about getting hurt. Here's the thing, you're not gonna get hurt. All right, you're not gonna, I've been doing this 17 years on the traveling seminar thing, as well as teaching since 1987. I've never had a student that's needed like medical attention, like, hey, let's get them in an ambulance or whatever, or call paramedics. You get the, bumps and bruises, fat lip, jammed finger, twisted ankle, little things like that. There's a handful of injuries that have happened in my class. It's usually just, because it's physical, right? Even going nice and light, physical stuff can happen. It's just like being on the shooting range. You could be standing on the shooting range, you trip, you slip on gravel, fall down, hurt your elbow, torque your knee, something like that. So any kind of movement, there's always that potential. But in my coursework, I go out of my way to make sure it's not willful. We set the standards right within the first few minutes on the first day. The class is about getting better and learning stuff, not me being a drill instructor, not me running Fight Club, not me seeing how many people I can make bleed or get hurt or whatever. And I'm not interested in making tough guys. I'm interested in making private citizens, law enforcement, military guys better, safer, more capable, and more dangerous to bad guys. And that doesn't mean we need to kill each other all the time in training. Are there times when you go hard? For sure. But it doesn't have to be the bulk of your training. And it certainly shouldn't be that way when you're learning. When you're learning and working new techniques, that is not the time for Fight Club. So if you have an injury, if you have some kind of thing, if you're worried about injuries, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna let that 25-year-old meat eater go with you, and he's gonna go at what he thinks is 80% pressure versus what you consider 80% pressure. That's not how this is gonna work. Your partners will work to their partner's individual level. Nobody's gonna go harder. If I've had this happen where I've had a couple guys in class who just go hard, great. I'm gonna move those off. Those two will pair up, or those, however many, I'll pair those guys up and they stay in their own group the entire time. I'll put them on one side of the mat and everybody works at the pace they want to. They wanna go hard and everybody else wants to go to 20% pace. That's what's gonna happen, right? You're not gonna get hurt in the class. And if you have physical injuries, we'll work around them. There's no injury I've seen. There's no physical issue yet that I've seen that somebody can't get something. You can't become more capable. There's nothing that prevents you from being safer, more dangerous to bad guys. Does it mean you're gonna be able to do everything? Maybe not. We'll have to tweak some things. Maybe, that's certainly a possibility. But anybody can work. And I'm not going to let anybody get beat up or injured. I promise. What else? I can't afford to get hurt. How many rounds will I need? Do I need firearms or experience or gear for this class? No. So my immediate action combatives coursework, there's no live fire. We do a lot of blue guns, training knives, but no live fire, and we don't even do, in the immediate action coursework, there's no airsoft or simunitions, UTM stuff. Not to say it's not bad, that's bad, but we're packing so much stuff into 21 hours, 3 hours on Friday night, 9 hours Saturday, 9 hours Sunday, that I don't want to waste time Why everybody gears up for putting on the protective gear for airsoft, for UTM, for sims, right? I'd much rather, let's rep it, let's get time in so we can get almost everything we need to do involving live weapons without going to live weapons. We can cover about 95% plus of the stuff that we need without needing the live weapons. So blue guns for sure, training knives for sure, because we are going to work in fight weapons access on Saturday afternoon on the ground and Sunday afternoon on the standing clinch. But you don't even have to have that. You don't even have to have blue guns or training knives, because I'll bring them. If you have a blue gun, or if you have holsters that match that kind of stuff, great, bring them, but I'll have loaners and extras no matter what. So no live fire in this class. We're in physical contact on the mats. What else? What else? What kind of clothing should I wear? Whatever you want. It's got to be comfortable. It might get scuffed up, maybe torn, so I wouldn't wear my favorite t-shirt, my favorite hoodie, my favorite pants, whatever. And the only other thing on your clothing, there shouldn't be any sharp edges or any kind of rough edges, you know, like if you're one of those guys who likes wearing, I don't know, rhinestones on your jeans or whatever. No judgment. But not on the mats, you know, no sharp edges or anything, just because we don't want to tear up mats or our partners when we're training. So short of that, wear whatever you want. If you want to wear sweatpants, board shorts, yoga pants, that's fine. Here's the only possible caveat to that is we are going to be using the training weapons, blue guns, training knives, and it's kind of good to have pants that have some kind of waistband that you can either shove a gun down or clip on a holster, and it's not going to flop out or fall over. Okay, that's the only other. Short of that, you wear whatever you want. If you are law enforcement or military and you want to wear like duty gear, that's perfectly fine. Again, we got to watch sharp edges so we don't tear up mats. But short of that, wear whatever you want. Do I need martial arts experience for this class? Absolutely not. You don't need to have done any hand-to-hand combatives, martial arts stuff at all. That's the foundation of the class. Is I'm assuming nobody knows anything. Even if you come to me as a jiu-jitsu black belt, I'm going to run the class a certain way because I want you to get across, I need to get across certain fundamentals and a program of instruction to build those things. And so it doesn't matter. I'm starting at ground zero, and we're going to go through that 2.5 days working through that. So it doesn't matter whether you've got some experience, a lot of experience, or none. It's its own thing. Okay. Here's my one of my favorites. What kind of physical shape do I need to be in? I don't care. You can be whatever. Again, you're going to go at the pace that you need the class to be. If you need to go really light, and if every couple minutes you got to go sit off on the side and catch your breath, that is perfectly fine. If you're a 25-year-old meat eater, you know, you're ready to go, boom, cool. You can go at the level you need. It doesn't matter. I'm not trying to run Fight Club or boot camp. Start where you can, you know. Don't wait to get in shape. Don't wait to have a particular marker. Just start. One of the good things about taking this class without being in any particular shape, or something like Craig Douglas's ECQC, is it will give you the understanding you need of what kind of shape you should be in. It gives you a realistic measurement of, well, when we say be in fighting shape, what does that mean? Doing this, you go, this is what I'm shooting for. I need to be able to breathe through this and not get muscled around by this guy in these situations. So don't worry about what physical shape you are in. I'm not going to run you into the ground no matter what. Cool? What else? What kind of physical shape? Is there an age requirement? Not really. I've taught a number of people as young as 13. I'd probably not much below that, just because, you know, it's a focus issue and a maturity thing. I mean, we're talking about kind of some violent stuff, you know, shooting people, stabbing people, you know, choking people, getting choked, getting shot. Don't really know that a 10, 11-year-old, 12-year-old might be able to handle that. So 13, and as far as upper range, there's none. I've had guys in their 70s in the class. I've had I had a guy in his early 70s, 72, 73, who was like a year out from heart surgery, who came to class. No issues. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. Again, you go at the pace you need. So young, old, doesn't really matter. Oh, what time's the class starting at? So we go Friday night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then Saturday and Sunday, we go 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if I'm in a good mood, I'll give you guys an hour break, an hour lunch break, Saturday and Sunday. Maybe. Depends on how much sleep I got the night before and how cranky I am. Cash payment. Can I pay in cash? Cash is king. I love cash. Here's the problem with that. I have to base my travels. Is this seminar a go? I have to buy plane tickets, hotel reservations, travel stuff, all of that. And I have to understand ahead of time that I'm not going to take a loss. So somebody saying, well, I'd like to pay cash. Okay. But there's no, if at the last minute that person backs out, there's nothing to stop it. And now maybe I counted on those couple people to pay in cash and they didn't show up. I'm not going to go turn them over to, fee collection, to get money. So I've got to eat it. So that's the only issue. So if you want to pay in cash, something that's fine. What I would like, maybe send me a check a few weeks out, just so I know, a deposit. Send me 50% of the tuition, just so I know you're making a commitment. And if I make the commitment to buy a plane ticket and flights and all that, then it's going to be fine, So that's my only issue there. What else? Oh, just general stuff. So again, no sharp edges of any kind on the mat. We don't want to tear up our partners. We certainly don't want to tear up the mats. No shoes on the mats. That's true for almost every place. And again, tear them up. But have some kind of footwear you can put on and off easily. Flip-flop sandals, or if your shoes are loose enough that you can just slip one on, that's cool. But anytime you step off the mat, don't step off in bare feet. Especially if you're going to go to the restroom. Don't walk over the restroom bare feet and then come back onto the mats. It's gross. Let's leave the mong over here and keep the mats free. Other than that, that's most of the questions. If you have any more, feel free to hit me up, Cecil@IAcombatives.com, and I hope this has helped. Talk to you later.